In this episode, what should you do for weight loss? Lift weights? Should you just do cardio? Should you just drink coffee? Should you just pinch your fucking nips and scream from the mountaintops? Papa Swoleo!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Test, Ickles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 619 of The Daily Mother a Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, nipplecast, coffeecast, and bicepcast, yokecast. In the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Welcome, it is lit like a tit. Papa Swoleo is going balls deep, yo, today on a Monday. So welcome to episode 619 of The Daily. Thank you very much to our sponsors, Everest and K2 flexing on you. 619. And today we're talking about weight loss, lifting weights, doing cardio. What should you do? Should you lift weights? Should you do cardio? Should you do both? Should you just stop eating? Or should you just pinch your nipples and scream from the mountaintops, Papa Swoleo? Maybe that's the way. Maybe that's the real answer in weight loss. Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be amazing if that was the answer? You just had to pinch your nipples and then scream Papa Swoleo from a mountaintop and everyone just lost mad weight. There was no obesity anywhere in the world anymore. And that was like life's little trick. That was like a little hack that was built into like the computer system, the code when life created. So the question of the day that's on the board behind me, and I'll probably be just doing a question of the day from now on the board, is just so those of you that are watching live and on YouTube also later, and I'll get to where you can find the Daily Swole if you're a noob, but does Mother Nature have a taint? Does Mother Nature have a taint? And the taint is that spot between the balls and the butthole. So do you think Mother Nature has a taint? That's the question of the day. So and you can think whatever you want. This is just a neutral poll. Obviously, it has nothing to do with anything and has everything to do with everything in my world. So that's the question of the day. So if you have any questions or comments about that, or what kind of drugs I took this morning, none. This is just how my brain works. So does Mother Nature have a taint? That's the question of the day. And those of you that are watching Daily Swole for the first time, do we have any first timers? Do we have any first timers on the Daily Swole? Float some or make a comment if it's your first time, say first time or something. Let us know if you are new to the community, if it's the first Daily Swole that you've caught. This is episode 619, so it's obviously not the first time that we have been here, and absolutely not the first time that I have been here. This is episode 619 every damn day. And you can catch all the episodes here on Facebook, and you can also catch it on Instagram. So we're live on Facebook and Instagram every day live on Facebook and Instagram. And if there's ever any issues and I can't get online, if I can only get online in one place live, it's going to be Facebook. So make sure you follow me on both places in case something comes up. But live every day, Instagram and Facebook, and you can catch the HD video on Facebook and YouTube later on the day. And also check out the microphone. I don't have this pseudo dick in my face just for my own health. This is for high quality audio. So if you like podcasts, so float some hearts and some comments below if you are a podcast fan. So if you have a long commute, if you work out at the gym, which obviously most of you, if not all of you, do to some respect, whether it's at home or at a gym of your choosing. Long drives, shoveling snow, mowing the lawn, anytime that you would walking the dog, that's a great time. Anytime that you would consume a podcast audio, you can find it on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. So just type in Daily Swole, type in Swolenormous, and you'll see it under Daily Swole. It's Papa Swoleo. It's the Daily Swole. Every single episode available for a podcast. So you can catch up on all the other episodes. That way you're not sitting here staring at a fucking screen for 17 weeks straight trying to catch all the episodes up. So let's jump into the gain train. So we got the question of the day. Does Mother Nature have a taint? So drop your comments below and I'm looking to, check out these answers here. What we got? Yo, it's your boy, Emilio, aka Yo, Emilio Soto in La Casa. In La Casa, what up, bruh? What up, bruh? Let's see. You know what? Let's do that first. We can't just jump into the podcast. I got to see if the fam is here. I got Emilio in the house. Let's see. You got Ken Coons over on Facebook, Cisco Diaz, Justin Hintz, Dave, McCannell, love the DS. You love the DS. That's a new t-shirt for the Daily Swole. I love the DS. The D. So guys, what? Damien from South Africa. Terry, what's up, man? Or Terry. I don't want to from Paris. Dude, you've been watching the show since like the early days. What's up, Yule? We got Crunk over on Instagram. Sandra Corpus. Second timer. Sandra's a second timer on the Daily Swole. So we got first timers, second timers. So let's do this also in the comments. It's great to see when you all started watching the Daily Swole. So you could drop a comment too, what episode you started with. I'm always curious when people caught the Daily Swole, because that's how I judge time. I judge time by what episode it is, like what day of the week it is or what month it is. People say, oh, it's mid-January. No. If it's episode 619, I'm like, oh, okay. So we went to the mall around episode 580, right? That's how I gauge time. So what episode did you start with? So what up, and shwat up. So let's get into the show today. While you're all dropping that in the comments, what episode you started watching the Swole? Does Mother Nature have a taint? You got your work cut out for you. You all have your work cut out for you. We got questions, and I need answers. Papa Swolio needs answers. So while you're answering, I'll pinch my nips and let's get started on episode 619. What do you do for weight loss? What is your approach for weight loss? So a lot of you are coming, and you could also comment below, are you trying to lose weight? And those of you that are listening on the podcast, are you trying to lose weight? Have you lost weight? What is your experience with weight loss? Because I do a lot of polls. And if you follow me on Instagram and Instagram stories, you know I do a lot of polls. I use the polling feature, and I feel like that's extremely important. That's extremely important. That's extremely valuable for me, because the more information I have about what you want, the better the content that I can produce here, the better content that I can produce for my Swolenormous X membership platform, the better content that I can produce everywhere. And that way, the more help I can give. So if I can produce better content, you all get better value, and it's just a vicious cycle. So if I can help you more because I know more about you, everyone wins. So I ask a lot of questions. Do you want to know more about exercise technique? Do you want to know more about nutrition, this and the other? And most people, it's nutrition and it's weight loss. And that blows my fucking mind. It always blows my mind every time, because I think nutrition is super simple. And most of you know my approach to nutrition is very simple. It's the right way. It really is the right way. It's not a diet plan. It's not shoving a freaking meal selection down your throat. It's figuring out and determining what's best for you as an individual, which is the best way to have a healthy, fit life forever. It's the only approach, in my opinion. It's the only approach that's worth promoting. It's the only approach that's worth me ranting about. It's the only approach that I can get passionate about, because the only one that's really going to truly help you, that's 100% guaranteed to help you the most. It just takes work on your end, so a lot of people don't want to do that shit. So, all right, anyone that doesn't want to do it, well, fuck you. Then go do Weight Watchers or Atkins or some fucking shit. But if you really want to figure out what's right for you, you have to go through one of these systematic approaches that I recommend. So, how does that translate to weight training? How does that translate to strength training? Because a lot of you are curious about weight loss. A lot of you are curious about nutrition in relation to weight loss. You know, gaining weight is like, all right, eat more, but weight loss, how do you lose weight? How do you lose bad weight? How do you lose fat weight, but maintain the shape and blah, blah, blah? So how do you do that? How do you lose the bad weight? Should you be doing cardio? Should you be lifting weights? What should you be doing? How much? I hate it. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And if you have questions, make sure you drop them in the comments, because I will answer some comments at the end of the show. I hate, and I use that word rarely, but I hate when people try to lose weight before weight training, right? You want to lose weight. Let's say you have 100 pounds to lose, but you want to wait before you start doing resistance training. You want to lose the weight first. I'm just going to do cardio. I'm going to lose some extra weight, and then I'm going to start weight training. What do you recommend when I start? I recommend that you forget everything that anyone has ever told you. I recommend you completely get acute amnesia, slam your head against the wall and start lifting weights fucking right now. Because lifting weights seems like the wrong decision. Am I right? It seems like the wrong decision. Because most people think you're going to pick up a fucking weight and you're going to look like Arnold. Yo, fam, I wish it was that easy. I wish you could just grab weights, start lifting, and be like, oh man, I don't want to lift too much. I don't want to put on too much muscle. Said no one ever. And anyone that did say that knows nothing about physiology of the body. I wish putting on too much muscle was a fucking concern. Oh man, I don't want to lift weights. I got to be careful how much I lift. I don't want to put on too much mass. I don't want to get too fucking huge. It doesn't happen like that. Oh, you mean if you eat excessive calories regularly and train until you bleed out your fucking eyes for 10 years straight? Oh, I don't want to put on too much mass. Then you might have to be concerned. But then it's your fault because you fucking did that for 10 years. You're not going to get huge. It's not like an allergic reaction like, oh my God, I touched the 50s, bonk. You're not getting stung by a bee. These are like chronic adaptations that take months and years of hardcore training and dieting to a point and stuffing your face when you're full and eating another sweet potato when you feel like vomiting. Like you have to force your body to build. Your body doesn't want to be huge. I think that's the biggest misconception is that people think they train or they change how they train and the body's just going to go that way. The body doesn't want to gain muscle. The body doesn't want to lose fat. The body wants to stay exactly where the fuck it is. Your body does not want to lose that extra weight. That's why you can't lose it easily. Your body doesn't want to gain muscle. That's why it's hard to gain muscle. It wants homeostasis. It's happy maintaining because it's easier for the body to not do shit. And thus we get lazy and complacent. And thus we stop working hard because we don't see instant gratification. So in order to lose more weight, in order to have weight loss, you need to start with the resistance training immediately. You don't wait, but you have to do the weight training with yoga. You have to do that with the active mobility, with the active rest. You have to start it the proper way because if you start with proper stabilization exercise, if you start with proper mobility exercise, if you start with that proper foundation, you can build and reduce the risk of injury. So you're not coming at it from just lifting heavy weights all the time and risking injury and getting tendonitis and getting overuse injuries. You're not coming at it from an angle of, oh, I'm just going to do cardio until I fucking pass out. You'll lose 10 to 15 pounds of water weight in the first couple of weeks, and then you'll hit a flat line. There are reasons why those things don't work. It doesn't work just to lift weights only and then be stiff and be injured and have herniated discs. You're always lifting with no mobility. And it doesn't make sense to just be a cardio junkie because you'll look flat, flabby. You'll hit plateaus with your weight loss. Everyone's different. It won't help you. You just exhaust yourself and overtrain and blow out your adrenals, and you won't see any additional weight loss or fat loss. Your body goes into these defense mechanisms and these defensive states where it can sway hormone balances to resist weight gain or weight loss. So lifting weights is essential because lifting weights breaks down muscle tissue. It stimulates the body to need to utilize extra calories to rebuild and repair. Muscle building is a defensive mechanism that the body will do in order to handle the constant resistance. So rather than get damaged, get hurt, and be in fucking pain all the time, the body says, you know what? Papa Swole keeps on lifting heavy weights. This is going to keep on hurting unless I build stronger structures. So then the muscle fibers get thicker, blah, blah, blah. And then I look bigger. And then my body can handle those weights and that resistance, blah, blah, blah. And then I increase the resistance, I increase the intensity, and then I keep on growing until I pop like a balloon. But that's what happens. That's called an adaptation. But for weight loss, if you're eating the right foods, you're not eating inflammatory foods, and you're lifting weights, you are developing and challenging your body's living tissues. So when your body needs calories to rebuild muscle tissue, to repair, your body will take from fat stores. Your body will take from its savings account, and you will lose more extra weight. So it's not so much you're 200 pounds, you want to be 150. It's that you want to lose the extra body fat. So you might be 160 or 165 by the time you get down to that body weight, but you'll put on 10 pounds of muscle, for example, 10 to 15 pounds of muscle over that time frame. But you might weigh 165, but you'll look like you weigh 140. So that's where getting rid of the scale comes into play. And I'm not going to go down that road because that's a whole other episode and series of episodes of rants about scales and bullshit like that. Maybe I'll get into that tomorrow. Would you all like a scale conversation? We'll talk about body weight and composition stuff tomorrow. Maybe I'll take that into tomorrow's episode. But that's why weight training is so important. You need to force your body to have more living tissue so it can eat, essentially, the extra fat on the body. That's where you need to approach it from. So do not wait to lift weights. Get it? Do not wait to lift weights. Do not wait to do resistance training. Do not hesitate to start. Just make sure you're approaching it from the right way. And that's why a lot of you that are in Swolenormous X that are doing the 90-day dash program, the workouts are alternated. It's resistance training and it's yoga and mobility. It's resistance training, it's yoga and mobility. You reduce your risk of injury. You lengthen the muscles. You are actively recovering so you can challenge the muscles more. So it's a more consistent, it's a more progressive, it's a more longevous approach to your fitness. And that's why the 90-day dash is so effective. And that's why I always preach it, because I literally practice and I promote my thoughts. I'm just passing along to you the shit that fucking works. The stuff that helped Chase lose 100 pounds in under a year. That helped Lynn lose 60 pounds in 3 months. This is the nutritional and the physical approach that you need to take for your fitness. And this goes for all levels. This goes for those of you that might want to lose 10 pounds. This goes for those of you that might want to lose 150 pounds. It still takes the same approach. You got to eliminate the inflammatory foods and you need your resistance training. I cannot stress that enough. So let's take a couple questions. Episode 619, those of you that are watching. And remember, live every day, 12 noon Eastern time, Facebook and Instagram. You can catch the HD video later on Facebook and YouTube and the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. So if you need to catch up, if this is your first time, this is episode 619. I will repeat, it's a daily show. This is episode 619. So you have 618 other episodes of fire like this to go through. So that's why the podcast is so effective. You can do your daily chores, wash the dishes, walk the dog, be in the shower, tell, Alexa to play the Daily Swole. Oh, she's going to turn on Alexa off. All right, good. And you can listen to your Daily Swole. So catch up to there on SoundCloud and iTunes. Greg the Beast, what are inflammatory foods? Grains, dairy, legumes, all sorts of stuff along those lines. We've done episodes on that before recently. So you can do an easy, and just so you all know, you can do an easy search for my episodes on YouTube. If you have any keywords that you want to search for, type in Swolenormous on YouTube and then space and then whatever your keyword is, and then it'll pull up all those episodes. So grains are common, wheat, germ, agglutinin, gluten itself. So grains, barley, oatmeal, dairy, processed foods, sugars. These are all foods that cause literal inflammation in the gut and cause gaps and allergic reactions that you might not notice during the day, but it's keeping your hormones out of whack and it's keeping your body from getting rid of fat. So let's do here. Kim Weist, awesome, Papa. You're welcome. Sandra Corpus, thank you. Benjamin, oh, that's not for me. Follow your primer week. Oh, people are asking questions about the 90-day dash. Rock on. Sandra, just breathe. Keep it simple. It's super easy to follow. Yes, primer week. Nursing while working out. Nursing while working out. Oh, you mean with babies? Thoughts? I don't have any thoughts. I've never nursed while working out before. I mean, my man titties are so fucking big and luscious. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm lactating. Just look at No, nursing while working out, at the same time, doing cardio while nursing a child, or just in the same time frame. There are probably a lot of mothers here that could answer that much better than I could. I don't know. I actually couldn't tell you. I'm sure it's fine once you're postpartum. I'm sure it's just whatever feels best for you or what you're cleared for from your doctor. But I'm going to default to probably the multitude of women here that have children that would probably know much better than I could. I don't deal a lot with immediate postpartum fitness, but I know a lot of women that have a child and boom, they're back in the gym. So I would assume it's okay as long as you have energy to, or as long as your doctor approves you from exercising. Is it healthy? Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have any comments on that? Any other ladies that are watching right now live can answer. It's on Facebook right now. She's asking, was it Marnie? Yeah, Marnie Hoffman over on Facebook. She's asking. So if you want to It's fine to work out and nurse. That's what I mean. That's what I would default to, but I'm very hesitant to give exact answers because I don't want your baby to be like, "Where's my milk? Where's my milk, mommy?" Like you work out and like the milk just like disappears for some reason because of like some kind of response with exercise that I just wasn't aware of, and then all of a sudden your baby is like starving. So yeah, if you check with your doctor, that's always the best. That's like I just feel like that's like the pussy way out. It's like check with your medical professional. But I am on record, so if I say the wrong thing, I will never. I'm not going to talk out of context or out of my scope of practice. So it's always easy just to check. Hey man, TENS electrotherapy machines, good to use for recovery and soreness. Have you ever used one? I have one. I rarely use it. I mean, I know there's a lot of. I'm not sure of the latest research on that actually. Electrostim. I'm not a huge fan of electrical impulses on my body, but I know some people that like it. Have you tried it? How about have you tried it? Have you liked it? Have you researched it? But I don't have an exact opinion because I have never used one consistently, regularly, actively for recovery, so until I actually put that to use, because I have one, I might actually try that. But on a regular basis, I can't really give you a full review on that, aside from what you might read on Google. But if you've tried it, I'm curious as to what your personal feedback is on that. Recovery is best going to be for hydration, foam rolling, yoga. That's the best thing for recovery, not shocking yourself with electrical impulses. Not that it can't help. Dun, dun, dun. Sweetness Kath on Instagram. I have not had children by judging by pro bodybuilding training after having their baby. She's great. Yeah, I mean, some people do. CJ Kamek, thanks for the truth every single day. You're welcome, bro. I always try to drop the truth. The knowledge nukes. Knowledge fisting every day, straight to the taint. So I'm curious to look through your questions or your responses. Does Mother Nature have a taint? That is the official question of the day of episode 619. So tomorrow we'll talk about scales. We'll talk about weighing. We'll talk about weight loss, proper weight loss, what to expect, and the proper way to track your weight loss and what to look for, what to completely fucking ignore. And we will destroy some myths tomorrow. So stay tuned for that episode as well. A couple new things just in closing for Swolenormous X members. Brand new yoga hips and twist flow that was posted last night. I sent out an email to all you members. So check that. If you haven't checked it out, it's an amazing, amazing, amazing flow if you have not done it yet. And just so you all know, a couple things are coming in the very near future. Just like the virtual training, there will be audio accompaniment for the workshop. So there will be audio updates and audio files so you can listen to the workshops as well as watch them. So I am just adding more and more awesome shit. And there will be a brand new virtual training probably, I would say, in the next day or so. So keep an eye out for your emails. Keep an eye out for the announcements, uploading stuff all the time to Swolenormous X. You know how we do. And a brand new workshop will also be coming this week. So, and yeah, welcome, James. Welcome, James, to X. And those of you that are X members that have not yet set up your phone calls, make sure you do that. So everyone that's watching on Instagram and Facebook, listening, watching YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, remember, if you want to join the family, get access to the entire Swolenormous X platform. Remember, Swolenormous X, it's not a program. Swolenormous X is not a program. It's Swolenormous X. And you have to go to swolenormousx.com and you will learn all about it. It's awesome. It's still my baby. I don't want to let it go, so I never will. It's my fucking pride and joy. So that's where all the programs, that's where the community is. That's where all the virtual trainings, the lessons, the weekly workshops, and all those things are on swolenormousx.com. So the link is in my bio here on Instagram and also in the post description on Facebook. So you can check that out if you're interested in hooking in. And everyone else, everyone in the world that's listening, episode 620 tomorrow is going to be fucking amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose. Papa Swolio. Out.